Alright, welcome back to another video. A little bit of an update on the gravel series. We are pretty much, I'd say like 95% of the way there. We have a logo that looks like this. I've pretty much got all the information ready for round 1 and round 3. And we're heading out today at 1 PM to look at the route for round 2. So basically, round 1 and round 3 are like your traditional, pretty fast rolling, thick to like average gravel. And then to mix it up, round 2 is in a forest and it's still gravel roads, but there's a lot more mud, a lot more trees and pine needles and all that type of stuff. It should be a little bit more technical. It'll be a bit of a shorter course, but I'd say there'll be a lot more like steepy, punchy climbs, but I'm really excited to go out and have a look at that today. The last video I went and did the timber trail with my granddad. Obviously I put the 50mm G1 bite on the front, which fits fine because we've technically got 51mm of clearance on the Supercross. But I had a spare 45mm on the back, but it already had like 3 punctures in it, and I just spent the whole time putting bacon strips in until I cracked the shits and just ended up putting a tube in. But what I've actually done is put a 50mm Schwalbe G1 bite, brand new, onto the Supercross on the back of wheel. He's actually measured to about a 47, and as you can see, there's a little bit of clearance in there, and it doesn't seem to be catching anything, so I think we've kind of got the biggest tires you could possibly put on a Supercross right now. We've got two 50mm, but they're measuring to about a 47. But yeah, there's still a wee bit of clearance in there. But yeah, Ari has decided that he's going to do Southland again this year after not riding for a year. But he's done like 5 Southlands already and he's only 23 years old. He's gone and built himself a new road bike, which we'll go down and have a look at now at the workshop. And I've got a little bit of road bike envy. I know that I've been talking about how the Supercross can do it all, but I think I'm going to buy myself a new road bike. So I want to see what the options are. So here's Ari's new bike. He's finally decided to get one after, well, you had 4 bikes at one stage and then you were down to 0? None. So it's a, 2025 Cannondale Super 6 Evo base model. It's a pretty unbelievably nice looking bike considering it is the bottom of the bottom. Do you want to just give us a walkthrough?
It's got Loom D45 wheels on it at the moment, Shimano Ultegra Di2 12-speed, 5439 chain rings with SRM.
But you're going to change that?
Yeah, these are 172s. I'm going to go 170mm crank, sort of polished up the colour.
Well, tell us why, because you had a big stack, what was it, 2 years ago? A year and a half ago at Cycle Classic?
This group set's already seen the ground a few times, so it was a bit scratched up and the calipers were a bit scratched, so just decided to go with the SRAM, CNC polished look.
Pretty impressive actually. The back one looks the best, I reckon.
Yeah, I gave up on the second one.
So all you're waiting on, so you've got your new crank already and you've ordered a saddle and you'll be ready to go. And this is the, Magine Pez? Yeah.
I don't know what number it's called. P515, it's the new one.
Yeah, so it's just an alloy crank power meter. Pretty cheap way if you want to get into a power meter these days.
760 retail.
Yeah, pretty decent, like, and what, 1% accuracy, plus minus?
Yeah, basically like a rotor crank. Yeah. Similar design.
Pretty nice looking, good packaging. But like if you're, still wondering what crank length and stuff you want to use, it's a pretty cheap way to actually try out a few different ones, and then if it's wrong, just sell it on.
And yeah, you can just take the spider off, so you can swap between cranks.
It's definitely a nice looking bike, and they come, you don't have to use, like, this is the same as the Momo on my Supercross, but you don't have to use the Momo integrated. You can get this like proprietary stem, pretty expensive, but it does mean that it's pretty much fully hidden cables if you look at it like that. But yeah, super nice looking bike. So you can get this with the white on the black, or you can get it fully inverted with the black on the white. So a few different options there. Yeah. We got a few other bikes in the workshop at the moment. Old first gen Specialized S-Works Venge, pretty sick bike, and he's maintained it pretty well. It's just getting full new bearings and bottom bracket at the moment, but he's upgraded. It's got the SRAM red ETAP. What speed is it? 12 speed, yeah, with the mean ass looking shifters. Pretty cool to see. And then we've got another Super 6 Evo in, and then we think we've finally fixed Anna's bike because it was just in crash mode. So a few nice bikes in at the moment, and then just the wall of bikes for servicing. I got the old Land Cruiser logoed up, but apparently I've done it wrong. My mates have all roasted me. The old stations, you're meant to go like up in like a semicircle with the Cycling Tom, and then put your like logo under there, because the stations used to have the station name and then where the station was. So I think I'm gonna get that fixed. And then one of my mates gave me this, which is pretty cool, little Hot Wheels of the exact same Land Cruiser. All right, and that brings me on to the bike options that I'm thinking of for my new road bike for the rest of the year and like kind of leading into next year. Obviously, I could just ride the Supercross and keep changing the wheels in and out. And if I didn't own my own bike shop and I wasn't trying to like make videos and content, I probably would just do that. But the more bikes I can ride, the more knowledge I can gain, and it's better for the store, it's better for the staff to see more bikes, and it's also better for me to ride more bikes to be able to talk to people in the store. So basically, I've justified it, and I'm going to be getting a new road bike. I've kind of got 4 options in my head, and I'd be really interested to see what you guys in the comments think I should get. So put your opinions down below, and if you think I've forgotten anything, yeah, let me know if you have any other suggestions, but I obviously have to be able to get it through the store, so I only do so many brands. First option is the Specialized SL8 Tarmac Pro Edition, which is the Ultegra version. Currently actually have this model in my size 54 centimeter in New Zealand. Full integrated cockpit and everything, Roval 50 wheels. Like, it's a very, very nice bike. I think the frame's a little bit bland for my liking. Some people like it like that, but obviously you can't really go wrong with an SL8. Option 2 is going to be the Trek Madone Gen 8. Also, the Ultegra version comes with fully integrated cockpit and bars. Carbon wheels, Ultegra, integrated cockpit. It comes with the works, basically the same as the Tarmac, but it's a little bit cheaper, but the frame on it is just beautiful, I reckon. It comes in like this smoky red. They actually have a few colors, but the one that I'm looking at is the full smoky red. It kind of like changes brightness in different lights. So that's option 2. Option 3 would also be building up a Cannondale Super 6 Evo. Probably one of my favorite bike brands on the planet is Cannondale. They make some seriously cool stuff, but I already have a Cannondale in my fleet with the Cannondale Supercross, and Ari just built one up. So do we really need 2 people in the shop riding the same bike? I don't know, let me know. And then option number 4 is the BMC Team Machine R01. I've been very, very intrigued with this bike basically ever since it came out. I think the lines on it are super aggressive, super modern, and like futuristic looking. They actually have just a frame set 54 centimeter in the country at the moment that I could get my hands on. It is definitely going to be more on the pricey side, so depending on when I don't want to spend too much, maybe I could go with a Magene power meter on it and maybe a 105 group set, because I do have some other bike builds that I'm looking at doing at the end of the year, so I'd kind of like to save a bit of money for those. Bit of an off-road Frankenstein bike I'm looking to build. So yeah, those are the 4 options. Let me know in the comments down below which one I should get. I'm going to read through them all, and hopefully in the next week or 2 we're going to have a new road bike in the channel. But yeah, we had absolute minter of a frost this morning in Marston, but the weather here is so good. You like wake up freezing cold to a frost, then the sun comes out, and then it becomes a mint day. Like, look over here, living under the mountains is a pretty cool lifestyle. We're gonna go get in the ute and we're gonna go meet up with the J&L guys, and we're gonna have a look at this course 2 for the gravel series. Alright, I just got back from going out to check course 2 out at the Namu. It is even better than I thought. Like, the variety of riding is really, really cool. The scenery is really cool. There's lots of different trees and natives and pines and everything, because it is in a private forestry block. But I think the course is going to work really well with the other course we have. Is quite fast. It's going to be a real dusty race, and this one's definitely going to be on the muddier side. So it could be one of the things. I'm still not 100% sure whether a gravel bike with fat tires on it is going to be faster than a cross-country mountain bike. I think it's going to be very, very close. But yeah, that course is definitely finalised. We're just working out the area of where everyone have to park and then set up and all that type of stuff. So that is going to be in the works, but look out next week. We're going to go ride that course, and then when we do that video, the entries are going to be up for the first round. So I'm pretty excited about that.